grades 1, we focus primarily on the transition between the pre-prep and the prep school. So we know this is a big change for the students, so we try to make it as easy as possible. We don't want to take away everything they've known in K3 because then they start to get overwhelmed and feel nervous. We try to make it as relaxed as possible, and we're just adding to all the content that they have already previously learned. There is definitely a big change between public schools and international schools, but especially in the lower grades, we focus on repetition. So it's the same things over and over again, so they get those key vocabulary and those key language sentences. Please, may I drink water? May I go to the bathroom? I need help, I don't understand. We have repetition throughout all of the lessons, structure through all of our lessons, which remains the same, so they know exactly what is going to happen next. We are using textbooks for most of our core subjects now, so in English, in science, and in global studies as well. All of the input that we do as a class in the very beginning, we make sure that each of the student has the key vocabulary to make sure they can access the lesson, and then we build on it from there. So everything is differentiated in our tasks. We can have those students who do have lower levels of English do the more simple activities, and they get progressively harder as well. They're still very young, they still want to find fun in learning, so I incorporate different speaking games, different movement games, getting the basic vocabulary before we start the lessons. Part of the English curriculum is that we offer a full lesson of phonics each day. Phonics is the foundation of the English learning because if they don't have these basics, they will struggle to progress. We start doing our baseline assessments at the beginning of the year, and this is what we work from, and hopefully throughout the year we see them progress gradually. Each of our classes has a specific learning objective. We tell them at the beginning of the lesson what we are going to learn in the lesson, and hopefully by the end of it they have reached that goal. We have the EAL and CAL classes as well, which put emphasis on the extra need for those students. If we think that their level is quite low and they need that support, we do have things in place for them.
我们专门开设了EAL的课程，针对比如刚转学进入我们学校的一些新的孩子，然后不太适应这个英语环境，需要适应的这个孩子，我们会给他们课堂上比较多去表达自己想法的机会，只要他愿意说，我们都会鼓励他。因为英语比较薄弱的孩子和刚转学进入学校的孩子，他在说方面自信会比较低一些，需要老师去给他创造一个鼓励他比较正面的环境，他开口说了以后跟外教有了沟通，然后他的英语才会进步比较快一些。
In grade 1, they're just learning how to be part of the prep. And same thing in grade 2. They've only had 1 year. They're still starting to learn where they are in the school. The change in grade 3 and 4 is more on writing. So writing and reading, whereas in grades 1 and 2, we are getting the basics and making sure they have solid foundations.